fall back. They assimilate entire worlds, and we fall back. Not again. The line must be drawn here.
You're listening to League Podcast, the League versus Star Trek First Contact. We're trekking through Trek again. I'm Matt Dursin.
I'm John Luke Picard Hunt.
Oh, claynferno here, not Swedish.
It sounds
even though
Swedish.
I actually am Swedish.
It says Sean Connery going, "You're the Swedish person I know."
Oh, that's
Hey.
lovely.
Listen to our James Bond episodes.
Thank you.
And our
And then listen to our Star Trek. So back during pandemic times, we would do watch-alongs, and we did all of the Kirk movies. I don't know if there's a name for those in the Star Trek canon or anything.
Well, it was news to me. I'll tell you that. That caused our first big rift in the League podcast after all these years. I didn't even know that it was possible that you didn't consider
sort of like that space rift in Generations.
Oh.
The Nexus, right?
Yeah, the Nexus. Caused a lot of stir. It caused a stir, I'll say.
Yeah, a lot of Star Trek. 10 weeks in a row of Star Trek, or whatever it was. It was so much.
It was a lot of Star Trek. So
I was burnt out.
We did 1 through 6, and then we did Generations,
and then we did the 3 Kelvin.
Then we did the 3 Kelvin ones, and we decided that was it. We couldn't do anymore. And I think
just go D.
Not even that. I like the Kelvin ones for sure, but I think even by then we were kind of like, all right, now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when we got to that one, when you're like, it's the last one we're doing, I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Which is not because I hate it. I was just getting so tired of Star Trek.
I could say Beyond is one of my favorite Star Trek movies out of all of them. For sure.
Yeah, it was a good one. Enjoyed it. Let's do that one tonight.
Do it a do-over for us, because we don't have to do the watch along though. We can just do it. That's what we're doing here. We're not watching along. We're just going to talk about it. And since you brought it up, and because I thought this was an interesting little to do here. So I was curious about this movie in the start, because this is 30 years old now. We should also point out this is the 30th anniversary.
And also
1996.
First Contact Day is also in April.
Yes, we just missed it, I think, right? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. We're almost closer to that, like the 2063?
Yeah.
That they go back to. We're almost, that's 37, my math.
We were going to wait till then, but we're not going to make it.
But I'd probably be dead. Yeah.
We're not going to make it.
I hope we're not still doing this podcast in 2063.
Oh, I made a promise to you, Dursin, that we're going to be, we're going to be on the old rocking chairs at the
thinking about comics for the last 93 years.
Comics for 30.
People don't even listen or watch podcasts anymore, but we're still doing it.
Yeah,
that's how we
download it right to your brain. Like, I know that those guys gave it a B. It's fine.
Yeah, AI puts it, spits it, knows what we're gonna say about it.
But anyway, here's what I found out. Because I was like, oh, this movie, what is it like on RT, Rotten Tomatoes? So I actually just looked up all the Star Trek movies on RT, ranked. So this received a 93%.
Nice. I'll crack one open for that.
Oh, a nice timing.
There you go. That is, and then just so, I mean, if anybody cares about this, it is 89% popcorn and 93% as the overall tomato meter thing. So that means it. I mean,
83% popcorn was my dinner last night at the movies.
That's how me and your wife Jen met.
Yes, that's true.
Oh,
over 83% popcorn.
Okay, so this.
Don't worry, I've already got "that's how me and my wife met" joke for this one too. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah.
What's the user on it that you didn't give us that one?
That's what the popcorn is. It's 89%. You kept saying 83, but it's 89%.
Listen, it was 83 for me. It's just
sure.
So the
popcorn is the audience.
1% popcorn. It was just
whatever. So that's
popcorn's audience. Okay, what's critic?
Yeah, 93.
Oh,
93%. Positive. I mean, that's certified fresh right there. That though, it is number 2 in the Star Trek lexicon of movies on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well regarded, for sure.
Number 1 is the 94% for the 09 Star Trek, the Kelvin.
Oh, really? Let me predict Karnak. I did not know that. Karnak number 3 is Wrath of Khan.
No, it's Beyond.
What? Can you get your dad to come over and just go, what?
Yeah. And the funny thing is that goes down to 86%. So it's a kind of not distant, but not, close either. You know what I mean? Like
Dursin runs
it goes 94.
Dursin runs the numbers. I think
it's kind of cool. I don't remember. I don't have the rest of them, except I do know the last one, the lowest rated Star Trek, that new lower decks? Is that
that's TV.
Rotten Tomatoes counted it, and it said it was the lowest. Has the lowest.
Oh no! There was that Section 31 movie.
Oh, that's
Section 31 is a movie.
You're right. I'm sorry.
That movie is so bad that I wrote a whole blog on my Substack about how it shouldn't even really be considered a Star Trek movie but it technically is, so we can't change it, and it's a whole thing. claynferno.substack.com. Section 31.
Well, you're not the only one, because apparently everyone hated that movie.
It was awful.
It was the lowest. I'm sorry I screwed up. Yeah, Lower Decks is a TV show. No, this movie, apparently stinks. I remember reading your post and I was like, wow, Clay ragging on Star Trek.
Yeah, for me to get there, I must have been heated.
Yeah, or I must have had King Kong in it, because
maybe it did have a
Clay doesn't enjoy giant ape movies, so
hey, I gave it a B. I gave it a B.
I know. Well, look at back in the day, you were really against.
I know. That's another reason.
I didn't want to get all dirty, even though these filthy Earthlings like Zephram Cockrum are like just
Cockring.
Hanging out at some dirt camp like fucking Indiana Jones or something. And this it's like, what is going on? Why are they living here?
Well, all right, we'll get there.
I'm just saying.
Hey, they had a bar. I mean, what else do you want?
They had a bar and a jukebox, or whatever it is. So
I think it's a jukebox. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it then. We'll get to that part. But I want to say this is directed by Jonathan Frakes, who played Riker, of course, and this is his directorial debut
on a feature. And, he directed plenty of episodes.
Jonathan Frake the Flake, as Clay's sister would have called him.
But also they call him like 2 takes Frakes, because like he really? Just was kind of like
frosted.
He'll do 2 takes like max. He'll do 2 takes max. You're like, yeah, we got it. Let's move on.
John's just going to keep on.
I'm just going to keep going. You know what Jonathan Frakes' movie is awful? Is Thunderbirds. It is so bad. It is so terrible.
It was a little disappointing, because I was kind of looking forward to it.
It was a lot disappointing. It was so bad.
But the Star Trek movies are generally pretty good.
Well, this one is anyway. Yeah, Thunderbirds are go.
This one is anyway.
I hate fucking puppets like that more than I hate a big hairy ape, so I've never seen that movie.
Oh, well, no.
Right,
well, his was a live action one, though. It didn't have puppets in it.
Oh, okay.
Except for a couple of the wooden actors, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
Feel you.
Good one.
All right. So, but whatever. I do remember reading like a clip from him, or seeing a clip from him back then, when they said, "Oh, you're going to direct the next one?" He's like, "Well, only the even Star Treks are good, so I don't think I want to direct the next one." Whatever, right?
And he was right. He was right.
So, but the other name that I kind of caught my eye here was RonaldDMoore was one of the writers.
Oh, he was one of the writers on the last one too.
Oh, TNG. He's like
I'm pretty sure
TNG writer.
Well, and he did spearheaded the Battlestar remake, and what's that show Outlander? I think is that him? That was him too. With the time,
he also does For All Mankind. That's his property, For All Mankind.
And he has no chin.
I did not know that, but
yeah.
All right. I have more chin than
you have
him.
Extra chin.
So, yeah, he can have a
you
little
have chin to spare. You can have some.
Okay, so I want to get the story though before we get too far into this because I want to get a little of the backstory. I did not watch a lot of Next Generation. I'm sorry, everyone. So I didn't know.
I'm there with you.
All right. Did you know anything about Picard and his Borg?
Well, yeah, I did. So
I mean, I knew it was a thing, but can you explain?
I have seen Locutus episodes.
Okay. I didn't even know that was the name.
Locutus.
I mean, I got it from the context, but
Peter Wolf
he was assimilated.
Like Locutus. Yeah, like Peter Wolf when he's like doing his radio show. But yeah, like I'll give you. You asked me already to get into the Borg stuff. I'll give a little quickie explainer. They introduced the Borg as an enemy in the second season, and they don't interact. They sort of fight them. They fight a Borg cube, which I have a little Borg cube that has lights on it and it makes a sound effect, which is I don't have with me because it's at home, but I love it. They fight the Borg cube and kind of, and then it kind of goes away, and that's Q introduces. Do you guys know who Q is?
Yeah. He's like, now pay attention, 007. Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quartermaster.
All the gadgets. Yeah.
And by the way, in 2012, Stefan asked me to go to Rhode Island Comic-Con, and I moderated a panel with John Delancey. And half the room was Star Trek people, and half the room was My Little Pony people, because he plays Discord on there. And they're both kind of
and he played a transsexual on the TV show Hooper for one episode, because that's where I knew him from, with John Ritter.
I remember him from Breaking Bad as well. It's Kristen Ritter's father who crashed the planes.
That's right. Yeah. So anyways,
go ahead.
So Q is like, to people that are just watching First Contact or like Star Trek don't know much about Q. Q is like, he's like a chaos agent. He's like a god basically, and he's like, I'm gonna throw this like really impossible thing at you. Figure it out, Picard. And he's in the very first episode, Next Gen. But so anyways, Q showed up, and then he puts there's a shuttle pod, and he puts Picard in it, and he brings them to the neutral zone or whatever it's called, and then they fight the Borg. Then the next time they encounter the Borg, Picard is kidnapped and by the Borg because he has to go on to the cube, and they're like, "Oh shit! Like, what is this?" And they assimilate him, and and we just did Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Like, the Borg are it's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They're all one thing, and when you're assimilated to be a Borg, you are part of the we, and you lose all sense of identity. And they if Picard is part of the Borg, they take all of his knowledge from Starfleet and all his leadership skills or whatever, and gives it to everybody. So everybody's skills assimilate into the Borg. So when he becomes Locutus, that's when he's completely assimilated. Fast forward to they get Locutus out of there. Data attaches himself to Picard, and he's able to use Data puts them to computer sleep basically, and then they pull Picard out of this whole thing. So he's no longer Locutus, but he always has PTSD about the Borg, and he remembers everything about being Locutus Borg. So anytime there's a couple other Borg episodes where there's they end up encountering the Borg again, and another a one of the Borg like escapes, and they like kind of resuscitate him back to life and make him an individual instead of part of the collective. And then the Borg kind of show up as an enemy through like Voyager and Deep Space Nine and stuff like that. But that's basically it. Precursor to First Contact, he was part of the Borg as Locutus, and he has total PTSD from it. And a lot of times when the Borg show up, just like in the beginning of this, like Picard is just like staring at the wall, like, "Oh my God, fucking Borg shit!" Like, whoa, you know.
Well, he does say that yes, he still has cybernetic implants in his body from that.
Yeah, but they've like overridden it. Like he's not Locutus anymore. He's like, it's part of his whole experience in life. He can't ever forget it. It's permanently.
He's still pretty cute. I mean,
he's the cutest. There's a fan theory that V'ger from the motion picture was created by the Borg.
Oh, interesting. Go back and listen to our motion picture episode.
Yeah, maybe don't.
I got really drunk. I mean, it really helped me enjoy the movie.
Well, we got to go do it again because there's a director's cut. Now we've got to
that was our first actual non-comics episode, like official.
Okay, yeah, it was the height of the pandemic. We're all stuck inside. So what else was there to do except drink, watch Star Trek, and eat a lot of popcorn?
Yeah, and then I was like going crazy over the art. I was like, "John, will you help me letter this one word balloon?" And you're like, "Yes."
I thought that
you did.
Did I?
That was the second time I asked you to letter one word balloon for me.
Yeah.
I do that for money.
Yeah, I was trying to remember the capital I rule.
Well, you only use the capital I when it's I or at the beginning of the sentence. Don't use it if it's the word like Locutus. Wait, does that
no, but it was
okay.
It was a picture of Shatner, and he goes, "I'm trying to enjoy the film."
Yeah, the word film, you don't capitalize the I in there.
See, there we go. Comic books. Bringing it back to comics. Go ahead.
All right, let's bring it back to Star Trek because we want to get into this. First thing you see here is some kind of goofy credits. I hate to start on like a bad note here.
The credits are too long.
Just shut up.
They're too long.
They are too long.
With no spaceships in them or anything.
Right, it's just words on the screen fading into.
Well, look, Star Trek never has like a huge budget in any of their movies except for the motion picture and the Abrams films. Otherwise, they were always like low budgeted. Like Generations only had like a $35 million budget, which was the same as Return of the Jedi 11 years prior.
Well, I do want to say, actually, now, because it just reminded me, I meant to mention earlier, but they were pretty psyched to be able to get like real Borg-looking suits and stuff, and like
they were, with the exception of they
never had the budget on the TV show to make the Borg look what they really wanted to look.
Yeah, they made the Borg look really good, but they had like 7 Borg when they wanted like 100 of them. Now you would just CGI them or something, but you know,
right?
What can you do? That's what they did in Picard, the TV show, which follows up on this movie and everything, which I won't really get into. But if you ever are really into this movie, watching Picard, the series, maybe even just the 3rd season where they reunite the TNG cast, is definitely worth watching.
All right. Well, after the kind of weird credits, we have this kind of cool pull-out shot, though. Picard is remembering, kind of as you brought out, his PTSD, and they have this kind of cool shot where like they pull out of like his eye and whatever, and it's all just like him, and he's hearing the voices and everything. I'd still just call it Picard, but all right.
No, but it's important to note that he's like kind of like having a flashback here, which you've come to realize. But if you were in the movie theater watching that for the first time, you're like, oh no, did he get assimilated again? Damn it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's one of those things where like he wakes up and then he like washes his face and then like the thing pops out of it, and then it's like, like one of those like I was only dreaming kind of deal.
And then now I have to like drink tea and stare at the wall, but then his phone rings and
the Admiral is calling.
Yeah, the Admiral is calling.
Well, I would like to point out that they show a beautiful establishing shot of the new Enterprise. And I have
EnterpriseE.
Yeah, this is E.
I have a little story about the Enterprise. 2 stories.
Please.
The first one is, this is like the last time they used a physical model for the movies. And they
ILM.
this out of, yes. and they made it out of clear resin. And part of the problem they were having with it is it wouldn't cure properly. So they were having a ton of problems with this Enterprise. Ultimately, they got it worked out. But what they would do is cast it in clear resin, paint it, and then scrape off the paint to make all the little like windows and stuff. So that's fun. And the second, it was designed by a fellow named John Eaves, who's worked on a bunch of Star Trek stuff. And on Facebook, when I was on Facebook, I would post on Star Trek model groups my builds. And John Eaves commented on it. And I said, hey, thank you very much, sir. I'm a big fan of your work. And he said, I'm a big fan of your work too. And he sent me a friend request. So,
wow.
Yeah, pretty
nice.
cool. He was a cool guy.
That's
So,
great.
Shout out to John Eaves. Hey.
He's
That's
probably been
great.
messaging you all this time.
He probably
You're not
has.
even
And
on
it's just
Facebook.
like, what the fuck's
What
with this
happened to
guy?
that guy?
Yeah, jeez. I was a big fan of his
He's like-
work.
I have $10,000 to make an E with headlights. Need a guy.
That's it.
He's worked on Marvel films and stuff too. He's like a production designer.
Nice. I think
Very
he
Anyway,
made
back to the story.
the Defiant,
So-
Defiant, which is featured in this movie. The Defiant. I'm just saying. I'm talking about
Feature.
shit.
I mean, yeah, it's in it. Anyways, Picard, he's talking to the Admiral calls him just to tell him, like, oh, the Borg destroyed this outpost. And then he's like, yeah, but you're not going to be involved or whatever. So then we cut to this meeting with Picard and the
They know he
Enterprise
has
crew.
PTSD about the Borg. They're like,
Right.
Stay away from him.
So they're not going. Like the fleet is all going, and the Enterprise is going to go check on the Klingons or whatever. And they're all mad. They're like, you're the best man for the job and all that.
It's like, why are we looking at
Whatever.
comets? There's nothing out here.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is funny. So, the next scene is Picard listening to really loud classical music. I guess to, drown out the Borg voices? Or is he
Definitely.
deaf?
Yes.
It's really funny. Usually classical music is sort of meant to, calm you, I suppose. But
That's
whatever.
why he's got it turned up so loud, extra calm that way.
Yeah. Extra calm.
So Riker comes in and they're looking at comets, and he said Starfleet doesn't trust him to confront the Borg. So meanwhile, they get a message that's the fleet is engaging. They've engaged the Borg. It's from
Engage.
Deanna. So then he goes to the bridge. They're just kind of listening in, and then you hear the Borg voice, which is kind of cool. I like that. Like the Borg's like, "You will be assimilated."
Resistance is futile.
So we're 2 minutes into the movie, and Picard goes, "All right, I'm defying orders." I'm like, wow, usually you save that for later.
Yeah,
I kind of like it though.
he asked Data what they should do, and Data goes, "With all due respect, sir, to hell with our orders." And then everybody kind of it's like a shot of Data number one and Picard all winking at each other. It's like wink. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I like it.
What, you know what? Data, was he such a main character on the show as he is in the movies? Because I don't.
Yeah, Data is
I know this
Spock.
may be blasphemous, but I don't really like Data very much.
That's okay. But
He's
Data
no
is
Spock.
Is
I'm
Spock.
just
Yeah.
gonna say.
No, but he's
not,
the
though.
Spock replacement.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
but
he is.
they
He's
did
very-
Spock. I thought was done better.
I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with you.
Basically, all the characters from the motion picture were just turned into next generation characters. Like Ilea is Troy, and Decker is Riker. They even have the same first name,
Yeah.
Really, that's really what it is. Like Roddenberry just took those guys and said, "Okay, well, I'll just move them over here."
Yeah.
It's like a
Well,
pushed
you've got
out
to
Star Trek
consider
2.
that, by the time they've gotten to this movie, they've done multiple seasons of the show, and they're kind of at the end of there's 7 seasons of Next Gen with 26 episodes each season. So they've really developed the characters, and LeVar Burton was in this movie, can I just not have the visor on? I want people
Yeah,
to see
and
my
also,
face.
can you make me not fucking weird around women trying to date, fall in love with a hologram or something? The show
Oh,
That
yeah.
was the thing. I don't even
There's
remember
some
that.
really bad episodes.
There's good and bad TNG for sure. But yeah, I mean, you got to the fact that when I say that Data is Spock, it's that he's not human and he's like trying to always become human or becoming, you know what I mean? But he definitely is.
I mean, it's not subtext. It's right there out in the open going, yeah, this is essentially Spock.
But he's not like ever really put to the side, like Wesley Crusher is put to the side, and even Beverly Crusher. Even like there's TNG actors that don't get to do a lot, like Beverly Crusher is like in the movie for like 5 minutes.
Look, I would like to say this about Beverly Crusher. When I was working on
ghosts.
Remember I worked on Star Trek: The Next Generation comic called Ghost, and she figures prominently into it. And I really enjoyed coloring her hair. Like, hair is really hard to do, and I was like, "Oh, I got it on this one." So that's all I have to say about that.
She's very attractive. I always like.
I think she looks better now that she's older. To be honest,
I haven't seen her lately.
She's got like that white streak in her hair, like Rogue.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Back to the movie. I do like some Picard kind of, and I feel like I don't know if he did this a lot. It seemed like a Picard thing, but he said like, "All right, everybody, speak up now. We are defying orders." And that's when Data says, "To hell with our orders." I feel like Kirk would have just been like, "We're going."
Yeah. But, I don't know. He threw it out there in Star Trek 3. He said you can.
Yeah, right. And they all agreed.
But I mean, you're just asking these people.
While we're in the beginning of the movie here too, like it should be noted with the E design and the new bridge, which I think looks awesome, and Geordi's doesn't have his visor. I really like these uniforms too, which were bespoke for this movie. They look cool. They don't have to be in the same, like spandex that they've been in for like 7 seasons. It like looks cooler and darker. You know what I mean? Just like it just looks cooler.
No, these are very cool uniforms. They don't look like they were just like made into a spaceman or something.
They look like when
some lady's sewing them all together.
Yeah, like when Kirk like starts having like extra jackets and stuff on. Like that's cooler than like his regular Star Trek.
Yeah. All right, so they show up, and your Borg cube is there. Then all the ships are shooting at it and everything like that. We see the Defiant, and I like they use like the Klingon theme, kind of like for him.
Good score by Goldsmith.
Yeah. Well, a quick note here. So like the Defiant is fighting the Borg. They're having some trouble. The Borg ship is killing them all. And Adam Scott from Severance and Parks and Rec and many other things is the communications officer here, and he says, "Oh, it's the Enterprise." But I'm going to just say right now, since we're talking about the characters, Worf is not a favorite of mine. He is one of the latest characters. I'm sorry.
This is why I was never into Next Generation, was because I never felt the character. I liked Picard.
Yeah, Picard's awesome. Worf is just, they kind of just make him look dumb. Like
he's almost comic relief often.
Yeah, I don't know. They always kind of like, how to fire a phaser, right? Dope. I mean, he gets some good stuff in here in this movie at least, but I don't know. I don't love Worf, but whatever. He's fine.
Well, he's not agree to disagree.
That's fine. You agree to disagree. So anyways, he gets one of his lines here, which I saw your post, Clay, about like the next James Bond movie starring Worf, where he says, "Perhaps today is a good day to die."
Yeah. I was like, listen to our Star Trek and our James Bond episodes.
Yes. But the Defiant has taken a shellacking, and Picard says, "Beam all the survivors aboard." So I have a little knowledge drop here. In the original draft of the script, right, the Defiant was blown up, and people thought that's not really. They have a whole show about this ship and this crew. Maybe we should destroy it off screen.
Yeah. The showrunner for DS9 was like, "Please don't destroy my ship.
Please don't destroy. I want to have it just because I can have it.
Yeah,
I want the ship because I like to have it."
It's almost like it's almost like it's like an insert shot. Like it's like, no, it's salvageable.
It should also be known that in the original series there was an episode where there was a ship called the Defiant, and that was what they took the name from.
Oh, interesting. Very good. So anyways, Picard knows exactly where to hit the Borg ship because he was obviously assimilated, and he says, "Tell them all the fire here." And Data's like, "Sir, that's not an important part of the ship. That's like the toilet."
Yeah. Well,
Just
wait
kidding.
till you see what happens when we shoot at the toilet. It's going to shoot out a poo. Around poo.
It's like the
What do you think they're going to do without their toilets? They're going to be lost.
Yeah, it's like easier than shooting womp rats back home. That's for sure.
Yeah. So it's a very video gamey sequence here, but all the ships shoot this one little corner of the board
at the
ship.
video store we worked at, I put this in, like I made a couple tapes to run in the store, favorite action scenes, and this was one of the action scenes.
It's cool. It's nice. So they blow up the Borg ship, and a little ball flies out of the cube, though. It's a tinier Borg ship, and they're into their shapes. Balls.
Yeah, that was
right.
C-3PO and R2 are in that one.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
you mean, okay. I thought you meant there was one of those little background things that they put in there.
No, they're in
Raiders.
the escape.
It looks like escape.
A round
pod,
cube. Yeah. But that's still like pretty gigantic.
A round cube.
A round cube.
How's that work?
So it starts flying towards Earth. We cut to Worf coming to the bridge, and they play his music again. And then, this is when Riker makes the joke about, tough little ship and all that.
Little. And then he's like, oh, just kidding. Back off, man. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Even though you stole my girlfriend.
He did?
Yeah, him and Troy, Worf and Troy had a thing going.
Oh, that's...
Don't worry. Wait till the next movie. You'll find out it's over.
Yeah. We'll get there. So anyways, the Borg ship, they say something about the chronal wave or whatever. They're basically, so the Borg ship is going back in time, and the Enterprise is like right on its tail. So they go back with them. Data says, we're caught in a temporal wake, which is just like a funny way to say that, to explain why they weren't changed. Right. There's a lot of exposition in this, especially like the first half hour or so of this movie, but it's okay.
Yeah,
I
kept looking up sort of like Back to the Future kind of like time travel theory in relation to this movie, and it's just all like whatever they decided on, I'm totally fine with and is totally cool. But it's not like a hard Kelvin timeline split. It's kind of like a little bit of a loop back, and that the fact that they are in the temporal wake behind the Borg ship protects them from the thing, and it's all fugazi. It's whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fine. It works.
Don't over explain.
Yeah, exactly.
I think. Yeah.
Hey, when is Bryan Singer in this movie?
He's in this movie?
Oh, okay. There's a knowledge drop. He's he's one of the crew members on the bridge of the Enterprise.
Oh, there's a few.
There's a scene where there's a scene where he invites a 17-year-old boy back to his room.
Back to my quarters. Yeah.
We've also got Dum Dum Duggan is in here. Neil McDonough.
Yeah, that's right.
He's red shirt.
Dwight Schultz, who apparently he was on he was on TNG. But he was Murdoch on the A-Team. I don't know who he played.
Which one was Dwight Schultz?
He plays like Neelix or something, I think. I don't know. Clay, maybe you know.
He plays he plays like a commander on the.
I don't think he's playing his character. I think he's just playing another guy. But
okay.
He's in it, and Brandon Braga is in the nightclub scene. That as well, the screenwriter.
Yeah.
RonaldDMoore was supposed to be in that scene, but we'll get there. I can tell that
he didn't have the chin for it. Maybe I'm thinking of Brandon Braga. I don't know. One of the others got a real.
No, RonaldDMoore kind of has a.
Because he grows that weird beard in that doesn't help.
Yeah. It's a George Lucas thing, These talented sci-fi people.
Yeah.
So what happened was the Borg ship went back in time and assimilated everyone, because Data says, "Oh, that's the Earth," and there's 9 million people, all Borg. I just want to say one thing: they were being very optimistic by thinking that we would I should say billion. I said million, but we are way past 9 billion already, and we're not even close to 2063 yet. So population is skyrocketing here.
The Borg go off planet.
Maybe, maybe people stop reproducing
in their round cubes.
Yeah, it's like if you made a baseball out of Lego.
Right.
There you go. You get a prize.
As the Enterprise, is goes whatever, so they're like, okay, we have to go back and fix it. But they find out they say they're in the mid 21st century, and it's kind of lame. Apparently, it is 10 years after the Third World War.
Yeah,
most governments were already just World War III. Yeah, so most governments were destroyed.
Listen to our Strange Brew episode if you want to know more about World War III.
What's lame?
Well, as you point out, yeah, it is kind of like
dirt.
They're in this dusty, this dirt camp. James Cromwell is there with Alfre Woodard, who is, I think we've done a bunch of movies with her, and she's in everything. I love it. So they're you don't really know what's going on, but he says something like, she's like, I'm not going up in the Phoenix with you drunk. And he says, well, I'm not going up there sober.
Hey. Yeah. Cochrane appeared in an original series episode. He was a very different character.
They're very young looking. He has like kind of like a, he has kind of like a regular Star Trek like shirt,
jumpsuit kind of thing.
Yeah. And but also they I would say, I almost want to say controversially, TV series wise, Star Trek Enterprise, with the exception of original series, it might be my favorite series of Star Trek. And Zefram Cochrane, I can never say his name. He's
Cochrane.
in
not Dave Cochrane. I think it's like Eddie Cochrane.
Yeah,
the old umpire from.
It's Cochrane. This is an M at the end, is it?
No.
But
this guy's name is Cochrane. Cochrane, like R-A-N-E.
And
Cochrane. So I guess I should just say ring. Cochrane.
Like Cochrane.
But he's in
Cochrane. There is no E, actually.
But he like figures into the plot because
call him all cocky.
Old Zeph.
Zeph. Anyway, so the Borg ship starts shooting down at their dirt camp, and Lily is Alfre Woodard's name. You might as well call her Lily. And she's like, we gotta get to the Phoenix, and he says, to hell with the Phoenix. And that was just to introduce them.
He actually meant Phoenix, Arizona.
Right. So the Enterprise crew, they blow up the Borg ship. The Enterprise blows up the Borg ship.
It seems real easy to blow up a Borg ship.
I know. I was like, oh, why didn't you just do that before they went back?
Yeah.
So they're like, they're like, what's the date today? And they say, oh, it's one day before first contact.
April 4th.
Well, I guess so, yeah. Just a few weeks ago as we record this. So, of course, like, we have to go down there. There's always, like, some issue, like, well, we can't just, whatever. It's like, oh, we have to beam down. So they beam down.
Yeah, check out that dirt camp.
The dirt camp. And where am I here? Oh, yeah. They have to check the ship.
You're on Earth.
And then, so Picard and Data are, like, talking about the ship and how cool it is that this is the ship that goes into space. And, like, it's the first warp drive thing. And that's how, like, the aliens are kind of like, oh, hey, there's Earth.
It has,
and also, yeah, so it's the first warp-capable ship, and like everybody knows Zefram Cochrane, and like they're like, wow, this guy is like a total rock star. But the alternate story for this, like in development, was a classic TNG trope where they go back to like medieval times, and it's like Robin Hood, which they do in like a bunch of episodes, and Pat Stew was like, I don't want to wear tights, like let's not do that. Yeah, he was like involved with like just kind of consulting with Brendan Braga and RonaldDMoore, like with the story as it went along.
Yeah, he had a little pull.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah, like let's not do that. And Frakes too, because they're also like the actor. Like Frakes is like acting and directing, which is cool.
Good old Jonathan Cornflakes.
But it was originally going to be
Frakes.
like medieval times, something or other, basically this story, but set in a different time. I don't know.
I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah. They didn't do it.
I don't want to wear tights. That's what he said.
Even though he wore pantyhose under his pants when they were riding horses.
Well, like
to keep from chafing.
Yeah, who wants to chafe,
And the director's commentary, like they were like, everybody was so psyched they didn't have to be in next gen uniforms when they beamed down with like Picard goes like mid
Yeah, mid 21st century.
Like they were all
civilian clothing.
The actors were all like psyched. They're like, "Oh, good, we don't have to put
don't have to hold in our guts anymore."
Yeah.
So Lily starts shooting at them, and Data, of course, is not affected by the bullets. And so
there's that weird shot of him like jumping down.
Yeah, it is. It's weird, like because the camera just is still. I don't know if that's what makes it weird, but it's weird.
It just looks strange.
Yeah. It looks like he's kind of just like flopping. He's not like jumping like Spider-Man or something. You know what I mean? He kind of just like
he kind of has like it's not like superpowers, but he's a robot, so he kind of jumps like a robot. And knowledge drop on this, the Phoenix they didn't have the budget to like build a thing, so they like they went to like basically like a nuclear silo missile. That's like a real like ICBM, and that's like a real like place that they
ICBM just see it right over there.
And then she's like, Data's like, I'll handle this, and then they shoot him, and then it doesn't hurt him at all. But also like in the next take, like the continuity people like didn't put the bullet holes in his shirt or anything.
Self-healing material.
Sure,
yeah, self-healing. Yeah,
molecules.
There we go.
Actually, Clay, they did use that in the dialogue. There is a line where Picard says that he used a nuclear weapon as like to usher in an era of peace or something like that. So
right.
It's cool. Anyway, so Lily just kind of passes out, and they say she has radiation poisoning. And Crusher's there. He says, "Oh, well, I'll have to be inoculated and whatever." And she's going to bring her back to the ship. And he's like, "Well, send down Geordi and the team, or whatever. So we got to fix this ship. They still got to make first contact happen, basically."
Why don't they just use the Enterprise and do it then?
You just blew the whole movie out of them. So Geordi comes down and he's like, find out why it's getting so warm in here before he leaves.
Do you know why it's getting so warm in there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll get there.
Because Dr. Crusher's coming back on board.
That's right.
Nice. And we know that Geordi has a women, thing for chicks.
He's awkward with women.
All hot and bothered.
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah.
they're kind of like disappointed. They're like, Deanna says, "Oh, we can't find Cochrane. He might be dead. Like you gotta." And they're like, "No, the future might die with him." Well, or you could just do the.
Just do it yourself. You know what's going to happen.
So back up on the Enterprise, there's two people I guess they're from engineering, and they're like, "What's going on?" And they get taken by. We don't see the Borg yet, but we know.
Well, we see him take the grate off the Jeffries tube and like kind of sneak in.
The Jeffries tube? Is that what that? I don't even know what that is.
That Jeffries tube is like.
Please dropping.
It's just like anytime there's like a crawl space kind of thing. It's like even in the old series too. It's like they take a grate off and they gotta go. It's like the air conditioning ducts basically.
It's named after Matt Jeffries, who designed the original Enterprise.
Oh, all right, cool. A lot of knowledge drops here.
Yeah, and I didn't even do any research for this one.
So
look at my experience working on Star Trek stuff. Gives me all the knowledge drops I need.
There you go.
You've been assimilated.
So you guys are way better than me.
So go check out the series Star Trek: The Next Generation, Ghosts, or
and
Ghosts,
what was the other one?
Which I colored.
Mission's End. Also,
Mission's End, and I did a cover for The Last Generation, which I think Will Wheaton had a hand in writing or something. I don't know. It's a long time ago. So.
Well, meanwhile, Picard is down on Earth, but he can feel the Borg doing their thing. Like,
he's tapped in.
After they got those two, So he says he and Data are going to go back. And meanwhile, we cut to sickbay, and the lights start flickering. Crusher's all like, "What?" And she also says, "Find out why it's so hot in here. Because of me."
Yes. Usually, Dr. Crusher, you're the cause. All hotness.
So Picard goes back to the bridge, and he basically mansplains everything that's happening, what the Borg are doing, and what they're going to try to do.
Is he telling?
But you also, story-wise, you kind of have
only men see this movie.
Oh, okay. So
story-wise, you kind of have to have him do that because of just like you were saying when you're asking me. It's like they did need to explain all the Borg stuff at least.
I get it. Yeah, they need to make it accessible to people
because a lot of people just went to the movie.
Yeah, and
like myself,
I think they did a fine job. I did not feel lost at all at the time, and I saw the cutest stuff later. So and I got it. I was like, okay.
They say like here 38.9 centigrade or whatever, like which is like it's like really hot. It's like
that's not a good grade at all.
But that's like the Borg comfortable like room temperature is like it's like hotter than
it's like that's like going over to my mom's house in the summertime and she's got this heat turned on to 78. Well, like, what are you doing?
Are you a Borg?
Now we know.
I want to take a quick second too while Picard's on the bridge here. I want to talk about this Hawk guy, this Lieutenant Hawk. Was he ever on anything, or is he just basically a red shirt that they created to get killed?
I think he's a red shirt, right?
I'm asking.
Well, I was asking Clay. He doesn't appear in any comics.
Well, yeah, that I did. That's Duggan, Neil McDonough.
Oh, yeah.
And
he's So he was in Captain America, which has nothing to do with Star Trek.
Yeah, but he has
except for Professor Xavier. It's all tied together.
It's all.
He was also in Arrow, which is but yeah, he's just in the movie.
Just here to. I didn't know if he was on a show or something.
You need someone to get assimilated that you're starting to like.
Right.
He was later confirmed as being gay in the tie-in novel Section 31 Rogue, which has nothing to do with the movie Section 31.
I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, but
but who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
He's already assimilated, so what's the difference? Oh, he was gay. Oh no.
Now the Borg are all gay. They've incorporated.
This is what I get for looking at. I didn't remember his character name. You said Hawk, but but that's what I get for looking at Reddit and telling me he's
all right. I mean, okay, good. Anyways, so Picard says, "Oh, lock out the main computer." So Data does like an encryption code about it. He basically makes it like tells you, winking at the camera, saying it's unlikely they'll be able to break it.
I was like when Data does computer stuff because he does that weird with his hands real quick.
Yeah, but this
he was fast. Like probably doesn't need to type. He could probably just,
Could he just do like an R2D2 kind of like
interface with it?
Now, Captain, you're going to get a text message. That code.
It's a 2-factor authentication. So we cut back to sickbay. They're waking up Lily, and then we have the appearance of what's his name, Robert Picardo, who's a hollow guy, whatever his name is, whatever his action.
Yeah,
he's a Dr. Voyager,
or whatever they call it. Yeah,
Dr. Voyager. Is that what they actually call him? I don't know.
No, but he's from Voyager.
He's from Voyager, yeah, and he was in this.
Right.
He was in also. They brought him back within that Starfleet Academy show. He's like an older version of himself. He's like, well, I'm a hologram. I could make myself older. Which they explained it.
Why would you?
Yeah, I would probably do the opposite for whatever.
Yeah, and I give myself hair too if I was him.
Make myself look like Brad Pitt.
You already look like Brad Pitt, John.
Well, what can I say? Well, that's different.
But yeah, it was kind of cool because Deep Space Nine and Voyager were on TV at the time, and they brought in Deep Space Nine and a Voyager cast member into the movie, which is, I don't know.
They do it again in...
It's cool.
What's the last one called? With
Bane? Nemesis.
Yeah, they do it with Captain Janeway. She's in it for a minute.
Oh, Captain Janeway. Yeah.
That's what you say when you want everybody to get out of your way. Janeway!
So the Borg are smashing in. Again, we still don't see them. I find it a little like, we haven't seen them yet.
This guy kept the building of a little bit of a horror movie like build up.
Yeah. So Crusher tells Robert Ricardo, or Mr. Voyager, or whatever the hell you call it.
Dr. Voyager.
Dr. Voyager.
Doc V for short.
Create a distraction and whatever. And then they go through the Jeffries tunnels. And while they're clawing through there, Lily just runs the other way, and they don't even notice.
Yeah, great job.
That's smart to be in the future on a spaceship with some people that
she doesn't know what's going on.
Right, she doesn't know she's on a spaceship. She doesn't know anything. She just woke up. So anyways, meanwhile, Picard is doing some more explaining, and he says basically if we puncture the plasma coolant tank, it will kill all the Borg because it will destroy their organic component. And Worf says he gains everybody phasers, and when he says we'll get about 12 shots before they adapt, which is another plot point here, that the Borg adapt when you shoot at them eventually. Yeah, this is a cool line. Picard
they
says,
learn it because they learn
right.
from the other Borg that had been shot or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So
how does one learn to survive a phaser blast? I'd be like, oh God, man, I just got shot by a bullet. But since you and Dursin are both Borgs with me, you're like, oh, well,
next time
now I'm
someone
impervious.
shoots at me, I won't feel it. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well, we find out bullets do affect them, but
yeah, which is strange. But I don't know.
There is a cool moment here, I want to say, where Picard says, if you encounter any Enterprise crew members that have already been assimilated, don't hesitate to shoot them.
Unless, of course, it's Data
doing
later
them a
on.
favor. That's, of course, what?
Unless, of course, it's Data later on.
Later on.
In which case, I got to go back.
It's a computer.
Yeah.
There's something about when we saw this in the theater, I remember thinking it seemed like very epic and stuff. And now watching it again for the first time in about 10 years, I found, like, I saw all the shortcuts that they were doing to try to make it look like there were more Borg. And, like, because everything seems to be sort of like a medium shot. So you can't see a whole lot of, like, it's just like, you could tell this set is about 10 feet long. And, and it really started to distract me. And I was like, I stopped thinking. And I couldn't. I kept thinking.
Yeah,
it's hard to turn that shit off.
Yeah,
turn that
really.
off. That's what we're doing here. Critical.
Yeah,
I know.
Because because with the current rash of Trek stuff where they throw a shit ton of money at it and no one watches it, like everything looks grander, but it's the writing's not as good.
I should point out, I don't know what the budget is, but it did make $146 million.
Yeah, it was like the second highest grossing Trek film after Star Trek 4, I think, at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Voyage Home was the highest. I think until the new ones came out.
The first, the 09 Trek.
Right.
And all of those have time travel in them.
That's all you need. They should call it star travel. Or you guys are all people on some kind of Star Trek.
We'll get there.
And by the way, all the actors, like, constantly, like, whenever I like listen to podcasts and stuff, like, I don't want to say blanket, almost everybody's like, there's so much technobabble in Star Trek. I don't know what they're talking about. Most of the time we always make our way through it, you know?
I remember that I think it was Star Wars Minute or something like that. They were talking about technobabble, and they'd always say, like, techno, and they, like, sort of like putting too much air in a balloon. And that was sort of like a running gag with them for a long time. Whenever there'd be a technobabble thing, like, too much air in a balloon.
They have to, they always have to kind of, like, dumb it down. That was why Kirk was so great, because, like, they would have to dumb it down for him. He was the audience, basically. But anyway, back on Earth, we have
Dirt Camp.
Back at the Dirt Camp. There's some music playing, not real music, just some weird, like, honky tonk kind of music. Yeah. And Deanna Troy's there. She's drunk. I had to say, okay, so I met her.
Well, Frakes said
at a convention.
Frakes said on his director's commentary, he was like, yeah, we're just playing some music here that Paramount had in their catalog that we had access to and could use for free.
Yeah, so I mean, there are some real songs later, but I find it funny that this was.
They were like, we got that song, yeah.
Yeah. So Deanna she looks a little drunk here. I mean, but she looks pretty good. I mean,
she looks amazing in this. I think this is the best she looks in all of any of her
too. I was at the height of my horniness back then, and I was like, damn.
Well, you should have seen that movie where she was topless then.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah, well, no, she had she started crying once, going like, Star Trek saved me from having to do this kind of schlock, you know? Exploitative.
But Star Trek, she has some really revealing outfits in.
Hey, wait till we get to whatever Nemesis, where she gets.
Yeah. But also,
which one is she in the bathtub with?
Oh, that's the
Riker.
next one.
Is that the next one? Okay.
Yeah, whatever that one's. I hate names of these ones because I never remember them.
Also, going back to what you said about not Wesley, about Beverly Crusher, was that in Picard she looks very well as well. She's in
that's what I'm
like
saying.
An older lady.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying that about Beverly Crusher.
I'm saying it about all the ladies.
Yeah,
they're all lovely.
They're ship shape.
I mean,
very well.
They're no Jessica Langs, but
yeah, right. Go back and listen to our King Kong. All right, so Cochran and Deanna have been drinking. She says, "Oh, I don't." And Riker comes in and he's like, "What do we tell him the truth?" And she's like, "I don't know. He's nuts." But and he throws like a bottle. Yeah, he throws like a bottle or whatever, and he gets all mad at Riker for unplugging his ears. He's like, I mean, it's just a fine little fun.
Well, he goes, he takes a swig of the whiskey and he goes, "This is the good stuff, glug glug," and then he goes, "Smash." He goes, "That wasn't the good stuff.
That wasn't so good." It's fun to see. I'm glad they have this scene because, like, I always kind of thought some of the Next Generation crew were a little boring, you know.
I agree with you.
I'm glad that they're showing a little of life here.
I like James Cromwell too. Like, he's really endearing to me. He's like my guy in this movie.
Is this the same year that he was doing Babe?
I don't know. I think it was. You may be right. Yeah. Or it's around the same time, you know?
Yeah, 95, 96, somewhere around there.
So back on the Enterprise, Picard and everybody is walking down the hall. This is where I think what you're talking about, John, is kind of very obvious. They're kind of just walking and it's kind of a weird thing.
Make sure the car just has like a slight bend to it so we could just stop the set right there.
It looks like...
Yeah, you guys just circle around, come back over here.
There's kind of a nice moment where Data says he's feeling anxious, and Picard says, "Why don't you deactivate that emotion chip?"
Why did you have it on in the first place?
Well, then he says, "Data, there are times I envy you." I thought that was Picard is great in this movie. Just so
he's always great.
But
he's like not Picard for part of this movie. He's like a grouchy old guy.
Well, we'll get there. But so they find Crusher.
Data wants to be a real boy. That's his thing. He's always wanted to be a real boy.
So to keep the emotion chip on, it's fine. At the end of the last movie, he said he got a handle on it. So I don't blame him for having it on. But now, so they're walking down the hallway. Yeah, they pick up Crusher and all those people, and she says, "Watch out for Lily." And he's like, "All right." Worf is like, "We'll find her." And she's like, "Worf, please." He's like, "What do you want me to say?" "We'll find her."
Back off, lady.
Got it. Anyway, so we finally see the Borg, and I get what you're saying, like build up the tension, but we're 33 minutes in. We've been nothing but talk about these alien beings, but so I don't know if this is something they did in the show, but Picard says they'll ignore us until they consider us a threat. I mean, they all have guns, but that's okay.
Yeah, it seems a little threatening. Yeah, there are a few parts where I was like, "What? Okay, let's go."
It's kind of like Hornet.
Convenient. Yeah,
it's like Hornet.
I guess it is. So there's always some kind of manual release or something. There's always something that they have to touch. It's, instead of just being like, okay, like press a button. It's always like, oh, we have to unlock this thing. And that's all Star Trek. That's not just these guys. Yeah. We'll see that. So finally, like they start doing things or whatever, touching things like on the ship.
Stop touching things.
Stop touching. Will you stop touching me? So the Borg finally start to come after him. Picard, he's like opening. I don't know, he's still working on stuff, but I kind of like Data just starts kicking some ass here. This is pretty good. He like breaks one Borg's neck, and then meanwhile some of the crew guys, the red shirts, basically are getting captured and whatever. And Data but there's this one part that I think is kind of goofy because Data throws one of the Borg guys, but it looks weird. The guy just it looks like a crash test dummy or something like that. The guy flops around, and it doesn't make a cool sound like he threw a metal guy. It's like
Data does have kind of like superhuman robot strength.
Right, right. I'm just saying the way they shot it.
If he wants to be more human, he should turn on his non-robot strength chip and be just regular human strength chip.
Well, I think in this instance, it's cool that and like I said, he was kicking some ass. I'm like, why didn't we just let him kill them all?
Yeah,
he's really doing a good job here.
There's too many Borg, dude.
There's only 7 of them, or whatever you said. They only have budget for 7.
But they asked us to imagine that there was hundreds of them.
Yeah. So they pulled Data like under the door, which is, I don't know, whatever. So they capture him. Because Picard's like, everybody get out of here. And then Data's just kind of standing in front of the door and he gets pulled under. That's fine.
Right under the door.
And there's a guy who got Borged, like a red shirt guy, and Picard just shoots him, which I thought was cool. He's like, Captain, help. And he goes, help you, all right?
Hey, unfortunately, it was only on stun, and he didn't put the guy out of his misery. He just made it worse.
Whoops. Sorry.
I gotta go.
Actually,
sorry. Catch you later.
So he starts climbing through the Jeffries tunnels. I'm going to use that all the time now.
Yeah, wherever you could, like when you're driving. Whoa, we're going through the Jeffries tunnel.
Not the.
Do we have to pay a toll here at this Jeffries tunnel?
So he's escaping through the tunnels, and then he gets jumped by Lily, and she grabs the gun.
She grabs the Jeffries gun.
Soldier, I'm gonna start pressing buttons. Which
don't do that.
Yeah, he's like, all right, and she's like, I want to get out of here. So he's like, all right. So they crawl away. Meanwhile, we see Data. He's been captured. He's like, oh, not tied up, but he's kind of just against a thing.
But he's got cuffed on there or something.
There's something going on there. Yeah. So he says, you can't assimilate me. Then we get the first appearance.
Trying to be more human.
We get the first appearance off screen. We don't see her yet, but we hear the Borg Queen speaking. And she says, I know your weakness.
Well, I will tell you a little bit about the Borg Queen. The Borg Queen.
I want to know about the Borg Queen because I want to know it.
Because I want to have it. There is kind of a voice of the Borg in the TV show that's like a narrator that's like, resistance is futile,
because,
like on
meanwhile, resistance is futile.
Meanwhile. But this is the first appearance of the Borg Queen. And, they kind of had to personify all of the Borg also, to serve the story.
Into a sexy, gross lady.
Yeah.
A sexy, gross lady?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's sexy for a Borg, but kind of gross to us.
And this is kind of sad. So they had someone play the Borg Queen in Picard, and she had
did she die?
Cancer, and she died, but she didn't tell anybody while she was filming because she knew she would be done filming, before she was gonna pass away. But that's not this Borg Queen, but it's the same character.
This is Alice Creed, I guess her name is. I don't know, but she's done a lot of TV and stuff. We don't see her yet, though. But I do want to point out, the screenwriters felt like they needed a Borg Queen because he can't just have Picard talking to a computer the whole time. It just didn't seem.
Yeah, and it makes sense if you think
enough,
about the Hornets and stuff. Like the Swarm and the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, kind of thing.
The Hornies.
The Hornies.
All right, so we cut back to Earth. Cockring is he's just sort of laughing at Riker because they just told him the truth, and he's like, "Oh, we'll prove to you. Look through your telescope." And he sees the Enterprise up there, and he's like, "What? That's just bullshit." And that convinces him that there's real, that you're actually from space. And he's like, "You guys are all." The worst line of the whole movie, and probably any Star Trek.
I'm going to agree with you on that. There have been some bad lines.
They tell him about first contact and everything, and you have to make contact with these aliens. Do that, and he says, "You're all astronauts on some kind of Star Trek."
And then it goes, "Oh."
I hate you hate it. I love it.
If he just said astronauts, that was
it's awesome.
Just could have left it there, but no.
Fuck you guys. It's awesome.
No, fuck you, Clay. God. You're off the show.
Who invited this guy? I just wanted you to explain the Borg.
I'm the only one here that's worked on any official Star Trek stuff.
I hate that you hate it. I
don't hate it. I mean, it's...
You did. You said you hated it.
All right. I said it was the dumbest line in any Star Trek.
It's dumb.
Implying that you hate it.
I don't love it.
Not your favorite.
We cut back to the Enterprise now. The crew is getting Borged. And
we Borged out of their minds because it's going so slow.
Worf is wondering why they stopped on deck 16. They keep mentioning deck 16. Then we cut to Picard and Lily kind of walking around, And she's like, I want to get out of here. So he's like, all right, fine. And he opens the window and you can see down to the earth.
There's a beautiful voice out tonight.
Yeah. And he says, it's a long way down. You better hold your breath. And then, he convinces her, like, look, I'm on your side. I want to help you out. But we have he calls it a new faction.
A Borg infestation. And we've got to call the Orkin Man. The Borkin Man.
Oh! So they trust each other now. And he actually does say it was on, whatever, like highest maximum setting. He says, if you had shot, it would have killed me.
Yeah, really would have hurt. Feelings.
Wouldn't want to hurt.
Thank you. Go back and listen to our Heart Target episode. I couldn't remember the name of the movie. I almost said Hard
a long time ago.
That's not that.
But I do kind of like, she says, it's my first ray gun. And I thought that was kind of funny.
It's my first, handy vac. Those, it's like the phaser that Data has. It is like one of those little handheld vacuums. They're so dumb looking.
Dustbuster.
Yeah, Dustbuster. Dustbusters, what do you want? Thank you.
So Data, we go back to Data, and he gets the Borg Queen and the Borg have attached skin to his...
When's the part where her head comes down and gets stuck on her body?
That's right now.
Oh, that's how me and my wife met. That's how me and Mrs. Elder met.
1996, that was pretty cool, when she's like talking as her actual head is being one. There's no CGI or whatever, right? And
this is a horny part of the movie.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there, but yeah, they have a talk, and she blows on the skin. It's kind of, he's like, oh.
You get full
They fuck later. He only learned from Geordi, so he doesn't know.
He's really awkward.
He learned from Tasha Yar, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, that's right. Yar. That's true. He does say he's fully functional.
Yeah.
Because he tried it out on Tasha Yar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I would have too, if I was him.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So Picard and Lily are still just kind of wandering around. He brings up the fact that, because she's like, how much does this cost or whatever? And she's like, no, we don't have any money. And the pursuit of knowledge is like...
What a boring future, huh?
Well, even the screenwriters on their commentary were like, yeah, that's all Roddenberry, like Great Bird in the Sky or whatever, like that Roddenberry.
Bird of the Galaxy.
Yeah, Bird of the Galaxy. But they were like both kind of, they wrote this thing and they were like, yeah, I still don't kind of get that. How would that work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wish we lived in a time where money wasn't important.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I don't have any.
Yeah. Then I would just be doing this because that's my pursuit of knowledge. I want to be a janitor for the pursuit of cleaning.
I would do a Starfleet Academy.
Nothing against janitorial duty. Oh, I'm standing right here.
I would join Starfleet Academy if it were available to me, for sure.
No,
sure.
I would do something else. What else happens in the 23rd century? That'd be or 4th century.
Farm in Iowa.
They don't really get into anything else.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of explorers in the future on spaceships.
So.
Yeah, well, you could be on some dirt camp.
Like a dirt camp?
A dirt camp.
Yeah.
I'm going to start my own dirt camp.
Yeah. We're starting a dirt.
Well, I guess in the Kelvin dialect, they have like the library and stuff. There's stuff.
Okay, so there's Starfleet people and librarians and dirt campers.
Right. And I guess bartenders, because there's a lot of drinking in these movies.
But they didn't have drinking in the 24th century because...
They had synthol.
Yeah.
Well, the 23rd they did.
Oh, well, there you go. That's different. But by the 24th century, that's gone. That's like a milkman. That job doesn't exist anymore.
Lame.
Yeah,
I'm not going there.
I remember there was an episode of Next Generation where they were talking about drugs, and Wesley is like, but it's an artificial feeling. Why would you want to do that? So they don't even have drugs in the future.
And Tasha Yar was like, trust me, kid. It's fine.
Hey, come here. Come here and come closer.
Here, let me correct you. Okay, so they lure some Borg onto the holodeck. And this isn't... Okay, I know this is a thing they did on Next Gen a lot, and I don't know. I don't love it.
It don't make any sense. He's like, I know what I'm doing.
Why wouldn't they use a real book or something? You know what I mean? Or something that the audience would know.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of this made up story, it's like, I need to see Nikki the Nurse. Just so it's like he creates this.
Well, because it was written in the future.
I guess.
Well, yeah, they have like
for my purposes.
Well, when you go to the holodeck, you can pick pick what you want to do that day.
Yeah, I know.
So
I get what Dursin's saying. Yeah, it's like, why don't they use, the Maltese Falcon or something instead?
Right, like a movie or show that they
do some Sherlock stuff.
Yes.
In the
why didn't they do Sherlock stuff then?
Yeah, that's in the public
Why don't
domain.
you just tell me the name of the movie? I'm just saying.
You know, like Mickey the Nose?
It's this old nightclub in like the 20s, I guess, right? And so
yeah,
Picard goes up to the bartender, who I think it's Brendan Braga. I could be wrong, but anyways,
they do the opening scene from Indiana Jones: The Temple of Doom.
It's very much a cameo. Like the camera goes right past him. Okay. He's sitting there when they are walking, and RonaldDMoore, it was his ex-wife's wedding anniversary, and it was like, my present to you, baby, is we're going
to come to work with me.
Yeah, we're going to get to be in the movie. So she's like, oh, that's really sweet and everything. And then they get all costumes. And then it's like, apparently it's like the TV show Extras with Ricky Gervais. They're just hanging out with the extras, fully in costume and makeup. And people are reading paperbacks and doing crossword puzzles and stuff, waiting to get called onto the scene. And Brendan Braga had got there early, was like, hey, I'm here early. Like, let me shoot my thing. And then they shot his thing way early. And it was and he's like, it was his wife's wedding anniversary. They sat around for 16 hours. And then they came up to them and they were like, yeah, sorry guys, if you want to come back tomorrow, we'll fit you in. But we kind of
that's why they're not married.
They never got in there. Yeah,
this is why you don't want to be an extra.
Yeah. This is why you listen to all 3 commentary tracks on iTunes Extras. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I also had to bring up I made a mistake earlier. Dwight Schultz is not Neelix. That Ethan Phillips is Neelix, and he was in another Star Trek thing, and now he makes an appearance here as well. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Sorry,
you're forgiven. Oh,
sorry and ashamed.
As you should be.
So basically, they're dancing around this nightclub, and then he picks up a violin case or whatever, and has a Tommy gun in it. So the Borg are walking in, and he shoots them with this Tommy gun. I guess
because holograms can be solid.
He says, he took the safety protocols.
But that's still, it never made sense to me.
It seems pretty dangerous to do.
Yeah, sort of like time travel in the Avengers movie didn't make sense to me.
So he shoots the Borg, and then he's about to just smash it with the gun. And Lily says, I think you got him. She stops him.
Yeah, and then he pulls out the squishy thing from him, and he's like, oh, this was Ensign Steve. That's like, so you knew him too.
Ensign Lynch. Yep, part of I like this though. This is they're starting to get into Picard isn't just doing this for to save the Earth, whatever he wants.
He's gonna get his rocks off.
He wants to get his rocks off. But so he pulls out the memory chip, and Lily says, this is one of your uniforms. He said, yes, this is Ensign Lynch.
Well, it wasn't Steve. Ensign Steve.
No, it wasn't Steve. Maybe his first name was Steve. I don't know. But I like it. She just says, tough love, huh? I actually think Alfre Woodard has a lot of the good lines in this movie, too. So
she's the sarcastic one. Sassy, sarcastic lady.
Yeah, she is. So we go back to Earth. We're fixing the ship, the warp ship, and everyone wants to chat with Zefram Cochrane because he's this legend, and he's not having it. He takes a drink from his flask, whatever, and this guy's like, can I shake your hand? And he's like, get out of here. And Geordi's all like, I went to Zefram Cochrane High School.
Who's the guy that was in the Reanimator movies? I'm asking probably Clay, because I know he was in a bunch of Next Generation episodes. I couldn't tell if that was him or not. Jeffrey Combs?
Oh yeah, the guy who's been in every Star Trek thing.
Yeah, was that him here at this part? I can't remember. I think that's the isn't that the guy from the 18? No, the 18 guy.
Dwight Schultz is. Yeah. I don't think that's. He would have been much older than that guy because the 18.
Well, never mind.
The
then 80s. We're all wrong, I guess.
I don't know what you mean. Sorry.
Whatever. It's this guy who wants.
It's not Jeffrey.
Okay, thank you.
So he's all mad and he's like, "I gotta go take a leak." And Geordi's like, leak? He's like, don't you guys pee in the 24th century?
What's wrong with you guys?
It is kind of funny. He doesn't.
Don't you have slang in the future?
Yeah. Don't you have sarcasm?
No, that is Dwight Schultz in that. He's the one that's like, oh, I want to shake his hand and everything.
Oh, all right. I would
Lieutenant
assume he was way
Barclay.
older.
And he's the one that's like, oh, I really want to meet him and stuff, you know.
Okay.
So that's what he is with Geordi there. So just sorry to shame. Take that
out.
No,
you are correct. Thank you. So
well, that's how me and Mrs. Eld met too.
You just said, I want to shake your hand.
And you're like, Mrs. Elder High School?
It works.
Yeah, I went to Mrs. Elder High School, yeah. And there was a statue of Mrs. Elder right over there, pointing to the sky.
So we have another... So Lily and Picard get back to the bridge. When she sees Worf, she goes like, ugh, and he goes, I am a Klingon.
I've got a weird, wrinkly head.
Okay, whatever.
It would be awesome if she said, like, you're going to follow me around now? Or what does that mean?
I think it's Klingy. Anyway, so Picard...
I am a Klingy.
He has a little more...
That's so funny to me.
Today is a good day to dine at a restaurant.
We serve
Mrs. Elder?
frosted Frakes.
Like
Mr. Mrs. Elder. Frosted Frakes.
All right, so Picard does some more explaining here about what the Borg are trying to do. They're going to turn the deflector dish into like a beacon to contact the other Borg in this century.
Beacon?
It's a signal.
Yes, that's right. Like the bat signal. And there's of course, it's like, well, we can just turn it off. He's like, nope, we have to go out there and
manually disengage it.
Yep, always manually with these guys.
Also, there's like a part, I don't know if it already happened, where Lily asks, like, how big is the ship or whatever? He's like, oh, it's got 24 floors to it or whatever. Decks. And meanwhile, in Star Trek Nemesis, he says there's like 29 decks. We didn't point out the inconsistencies in Star Trek V with the amount of decks they had in that movie either, but there are.
We probably did. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I was really drunk.
So they have to go outside onto the saucer, basically. Which I guess, I don't know, had they ever done that before? I suppose that's kind of cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm on board with it.
And they also, in the director's commentary, but also in a precursor to, like, Battlestar, they said, like, it's always a challenge to have a helmet on because you can't see the actor's face. And they usually, like, when they build those costumes, they have to put, like, a bunch of lights.
Oh, they always put LED lights in them.
Yeah. And that, what
I
thought was cool was like turn the magnet on so that like their feet have like magnets on them so they could stay walking on the hull there.
The sound effect does a lot of heavy lifting in that case because it's just someone putting their foot down, but it goes.
Yeah. Right. But I like that. It's cool.
I do too. That's how EVA, me and Mrs. Elder met.
You doing a little EVA, extravehicular activity?
Oh,
right. In Space World.
So we do have a quick cut back. Cochrane has run off, and Riker and Geordi are like, because he still has his cool eyes, even though he's not wearing the visor. And he's
not wearing the
he's not taking a leaf.
Yeah.
We go back to Worf, Picard, and Hawk, which if you know anything about Star Trek or movies in general, you know that this guy's not making it out of this scene. So yeah, they go out. They're on the dish, and
your favorite dish.
They're like building something on the deflector, which is kind of in like
it's a beacon, Clay. A beacon
in a Star Trek ship building kind of thing, like that. It's cool that they're doing something with the deflector dish. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. It is cool.
I like that.
So they're walking around in there, as you say, because they're magnetized and everything like that. The Borg are out there, and
then Picard is like,
we have 3 shots.
Picard is teasing them. He's like, nice headlights.
Hey.
So we go back. This is the part where it gets a little horny here. Data he's got a lot more skin on him now, but then he breaks out and starts to more skin. So he breaks out. He starts to like beat up the Borg, and they cut like his arm where his skin is, and he's like, ah! So
it's crying like a little bitch.
She's like, don't you like the flesh? Yeah, and they start talking about, he says he is fully functional, as we brought out.
Yes.
And, they fuck. basically, right? I mean, we can assume.
Yeah.
It's not canon whether they fucked or not. It's TBD.
Oh,
But come on.
they fucked.
I mean, yeah, they fucked, but there's no official word on
Just
it.
like
Sexy,
what movie
sexy
were we
Grace
watching?
lady and half human, half
Yeah.
robot. Oh man, there's your
Paramount
slash
has not
fiction.
confirmed or denied them.
Oh, I'm
fucking.
sure people
I'm just
wrote
saying.
slash fiction about that.
Yes.
Oh, it was Last Action Hero. We were like, they fucked, right? And we were like, no, they didn't. And now here you are saying.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying I
They
don't
did.
think
Last Action Hero. They did. How could they not?
They did. I'm not saying I
No,
did.
they
I'm just saying-
didn't. No,
Oh.
I had a whole theory of why they didn't. Because
I can't remember. That was a
he
long
wanted
time
to get
ago.
to know her. You can't.
That's right. That's right.
They'd be up all night
But-
talking to some lady. Come on.
But
Who doesn't?
later on, they did.
He wanted to. Well, later on they did, but not at the
Well,
scene
they
where we
fucked.
thought.
And these guys fucked too. But Paramount cannot confirm or deny them fucking in First Contact.
They don't know anything. They're
Maybe
gonna-
First Contact is what the Borg Queen did with Data's penis.
They already had sex with what's her face? I almost said Riker.
Tasha Yar.
Yar.
Maybe Riker.
Yar. Yar's Revenge. Remember that game?
Meanwhile, they're back on Earth. They actually Riker phases Cochrane because he's like, I don't want to have anything to do with this. I don't want to be a statue. And like then Riker phases him. And he says, "You told them about the statue," which I thought was kind of.
And then Joey's like, "Oh, no big deal." And then they fuck.
like,
Well, they fucked.
so yeah, back on the dish. I mean, this is a cool scene, but like because it's outer space and they're in zero gravity, they kind of have to move slow. They have these big puffy
the
mittens
thing,
on,
if you're in zero
basically.
gravity, there's no gravity moving against you. You'd actually be able to move better.
It's a little. It's
But
a little.
they're
The way they have to fill
magnetized
these
to
buttons.
Oh yeah, you got that, but
Well, only the feet are magnetized,
Yeah.
but like the way they're pressing the buttons is, and then they have to pull out this thing. It's like this whole, whatever. And then Borg are coming after them. They get their 3 shots, and he says, "They've adapted." Worf, of course, for this. So Picard shoots from under. He shoots the ship under where the Borg is walking, and then the guy flies away, which that was kind of nice. Worf's suit, meanwhile, he's fighting with a Borg, and his suit gets like punctured, so it's losing oxygen. They get Hawk, and he screams like a little bitch, and they Borg him, but they kind of just carry him off. They don't really Borg him right away, I guess.
not on screen. They
Yeah.
gotta take him and fuck him first. Take him around the side.
This is a horny movie, I guess. So they're about to get Picard, and he actually demagnetizes his boots and sort of just floats away, which is kind of a good way to get out of there. And he just kind of swims over to the other side of the ship, magnetizing himself again. They unlock all the things. The core, or whatever it was that they were building, starts to float away.
The beacon.
The beacon. And meanwhile, Picard's all like watching it, and Hawk shows up right next to him, and he's been Borged.
He's like, "Hey,
I
buddy."
thought that was pretty quick. Don't they
Yeah.
usually have to like put stuff on you?
Yeah.
You can
Just
be
shoot
bored
this
pretty
shit
quick.
into your neck.
Yeah.
And you get little tendril things.
Resistance.
You're
is
Borg.
futile. I mean, once you're Borg, you're always a Borg kind of thing.
But I guess he's not
Not
full
necessary.
on Borg because Worf is able to shoot him and it affects him. So I guess he's not.
Well, and
Really there yet.
I don't know if you said it, but Worf had cut off the other Borg's arm and then used it and tied off.
Yeah,
the-
I didn't really mention the cutting off part.
I didn't want to do that
He does
thing where I
tie.
said, "Oh yeah, you were like," and she was in the birds, and then I was like, "Oh," and then I saw her in the birds because I thought you said the burbs, but
Oh, right. Well, that was just a misunderstanding. But yeah, he did cut off a Borg's arm and then use it to tie off where his suit was punctured. So
well, there was a hose on the guy's uniform.
Yeah.
He didn't actually use the arm to tie it because that would have been really
right.
difficult.
That would be weird. That would be like tough. But as the thing is floating away, Worf says, "Assimilate this," and he
Blame.
It's his big moment in this movie. Actually, he has a moment coming up. I kind of like. He does have a good moment here. But we got to go back to Earth first for a second because they're trying to convince Zephyr and Cochrane. They're like, "You got to do your thing," and he's like, "No, I don't care." He says, "I don't even care about this. I only developed this because I don't like to fly." Or something. He's like, "I like to travel by train."
I wanted money and girls, is what he.
Yeah, he said naked women. He specifically said naked women.
So he's like, I want to be Hugh Hefner.
Just hey, it's cool. You got to give your character some somewhere to go.
Some motivation.
Right. Naked women. That's his motivation.
Naked women on an island. I'm tired of this dirt camp.
So anyway, back in the Enterprise, Picard is on the bridge. He's sort of trying to rally his crew. They're like, dude, we're getting killed out there. And he's like, fight hand to hand if you have to. He's getting all worked up. Picard's getting all mad. And Worf says, look, if we just blow up the Enterprise, we'll kill all the Borg.
Going through Enterprises all over the place. Jeez.
I know. They just blow up Enterprise all the time. So Picard and Worf have this cool fight,
Enterprise
actually,
Z before you know it.
Well, they do say
Z.
We'll get there. But I like, Picard is like, you want to, evacuate, you coward. And I like it. He says, if you were any other man, I would kill you where you stand.
Yeah, it's Krusty.
I'm going to fuck you.
Krusty Jean-Luc Picard. It's awesome.
He's angry, yeah. And he says, get off my bridge. But then he gets off the bridge, so I don't know why he's going to do that.
You stay. I'm getting off my bridge.
I'm going to get off too. We have to go off some separate doors, though. It would be weird.
You take turbo lift too. I'm taking one.
So Picard is in his room tinkering and whatever. And Lily comes in and she yells at him. Yells. So he says he was assimilated, and then they compare him to Captain Ahab, and it's the Moby Dick thing from here on out, basically.
Just like Star Trek 2.
Yeah, I know. I always thought that. Like, we already did Moby Dick.
Isn't there someone else that chased something for a long time? How about the old man in the sea with the giant swordfish?
I don't know. I never read that one. I think I was supposed to. And I didn't.
They did recognize that and wrestled over it and then just said, it's fine.
Did they really wrestle?
Yeah, they did. They arm wrestled.
Whoever won.
We did it in two.
Dick or no dick. Dick or no dick.
They fucked, all right? So Picard tells her, like, oh, no, I'm not doing this, for revenge. We don't have revenge in the 24th century. We're evolved.
I'm doing it for naked women in an island.
And, well, she calls bullshit. And she's like, you liked it. You killed, Ensign Lynch, Steve,
Good old Steve.
You killed Steve. And he goes, no! And he, like, swings his gun and he smashes all his little toys.
That part makes me laugh so much. Because it's so over the top.
It is kind of over the top. But this is the classic line. I remember this being in the trailer or whatever. Where he says, the line must be drawn here.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. It's a big moment for Picard. He says, we're not going to fall back. We're not going to do this. And we will make them pay.
I'm pretty sure Assimilate this too was like in a trailer or something.
So then he quotes, because she's like, all right, Ahab, I'll see you around, Ahab, or whatever. And then he sort of quotes Moby Dick.
I have some thoughts about that. Why do fictional characters always seem to know just passages from books, plays, the Bible?
They're evolved. They're evolved.
I'm not just talking about Star Trek. I'm talking about every movie will just have we'll just start quoting Bible verses and stuff. I say, I have never met anyone that could do any of that like that. Even us, we can quote movies.
We quote movies. I mean, that's our modern. That's
and then what I do is go,
yeah. I understood that reference. Maybe no, really.
Oh, I've seen that.
But there is a funny thing after he quotes Moby Dick, and he's like, it's already ashamed. And she said, what is that? He says, it's Moby Dick. And he says, I never read it. So she doesn't know the quote.
You know what? I've read Moby Dick, and it's a hard read. It's a rough
I never
read.
finished it. It sucked.
Yeah, you can't.
So long.
You can't.
I didn't even read it. I literally read the Cliff Notes. All right, anyway, so he goes back to the bridge, and he's kind of like, all right, we're going to evacuate and blow up the Borg. And there you go. So meanwhile, Riker, Geordi, and Cochrane are getting ready to launch. I mean, how do Riker and Geordi, are they like, yeah, let's get in on this?
Yeah, how come no one is like, Cochrane does the thing with two assistants from the future. Wait, what? No one knows.
Why wouldn't
it's a closed time loop. Don't worry about it.
Don't think about it.
Don't overthink.
It's a closed time loop. He was able to launch a Phoenix because of the help from those guys, but just don't think too much.
Maybe it always happened. Sure.
It did. That's the word on the street. Is it always happened like that?
Right. So anyway, Picard, Worf, and Crusher do the basically the Star Trek 3 destruct sequence thing, and then
with less coolness though.
It's a lot less dramatic. Yeah.
Zero.
1,
0.
A lot of zeros in that sequence.
Well,
anyway. And then Picard says, Mr. Wolf, I regret some of the things I said to you earlier.
But not the part where you're the biggest coward. Don't regret that. That's the most truest thing I ever said. You're like some coward on some sort of Star Trek.
So he hears, he tells him you're the bravest man I've ever known. So that's nice. He's like, I want him to be like, I am not a man. I am a Klingon.
I'm a Klingy.
So meanwhile, they're all getting ready to leave, and Picard looks around. He hears Data's voice, and he goes, Data. So meanwhile, we cut back. Cochrane he's like, oh no, they're counting down, and he's like, oh no, I forgot something, and he puts in Magic Carpet Ride, which is cool. We have a real song, not just something.
Should have been The Wait.
Paramount.
The Wait.
Yeah, should have been The Wait.
With us singing.
Yeah, our version.
Yeah.
As good as
so they launch.
If not better than the original.
Oh, yeah.
I would say better.
Too. Nice harmony.
So they launch and they're in space. It's cool. So meanwhile, Picard. Now this is the part I want to bring up something to you guys. So Picard, everybody's getting on the shuttles on the Enterprise, and Picard says, "If you see Riker, give him this."
Go to hell.
And he says, "Find a quiet corner in North America and stay out of history's way." And I'm like,
but he kind of is already in history's way by flying the ship. First of all,
sure. But wouldn't the next movie, wouldn't it have been cool if they did an Endgame thing or, Infinity War thing and just cut off right there? And the next movie was them trying to get back to the 24th century. I would have been on board for that.
I would have too. But instead
whatever.
They just sort of hand wave it away by going, recreate that Borg thing. Go back to the future.
Well, I'll say this about
movie franchise.
Those Avengers movies should have been jammed into just one movie. It's too much. Those are my least favorite Marvel movies, too.
That's fine. Well, I mean, that's why they made it 2 movies.
Yeah. I think if they put it in one movie, it would have been too overwhelming.
It would have been.
But
I say no thank you to those movies.
I didn't like that second one, whatever it was. What was it? What was the
Endgame?
Endgame, yeah. I didn't really like that.
We're in the Endgame now, Tony.
I remember everyone getting on me for not liking it. They're like, what the hell is wrong with you, man? I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was on your side on that one.
Oh, well.
I liked Infinity War.
I did too.
I liked that one a lot.
Until I watched it again with Mrs. Elder, and she's like, nothing happens in this movie except fight scenes. I was like, thanks for ruining it for me.
Anyway, I know that's not really how they did back then. Now it's every movie is just leading to the next one or whatever, but it would have been cool if they...
I even watched a TV show last night that only had 2 seasons and starring Zachary Quinto, to bring back to Star Trek for just 1 second. And it was it's called Nosferatu. And it was this weird, it wasn't great, but it was a pretty good, entertaining show that Joe Hill wrote the story, Stephen King's son there. It was pretty good. And Zachary Quinto plays a vampire basically. And then at the end of it, I was like, well, they're really going to wrap this up. And they were starting to wrap it up. And then they implied a sequel in the very last scene. And I was like, really? You need to do that?
And the sequel series will be Nosferatu 2097.
Yeah,
it'll be Nosferatu with the number.
It already is Nosferatu with the 2 because it's a license.
Oh,
so it'll be Nosferatu 3, which doesn't make any sense.
Nosferatu 3.
Anyways,
everything
you're saying. Everything is like that now. Everything has there'll be more. I am Iron Man or whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, Lily's like, what are you doing? He's like, I have to go back. When I was assimilated, my crew didn't forget me, and now I have to go back. So, I mean, it's nice. So Picard goes back to engineering, and he's having a little chat with the Borg Queen. And this is the first time they refer to him as Locutus. And I was like, who the fuck is that? I didn't know what the hell they were, but
it's the movie starts out who he says he's Locutus.
I missed it.
Beginning and bookended.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you don't know what to look for, you don't know what you're looking for.
If I don't know, I don't know.
You don't know what you don't know.
So anyway, basically, he's going to trade himself for Data. And he's like, you want me because I'm the one who resisted. And she's all like, yeah, no, I kind of like Data. Because Data's like, I'm not going. So they tie up Picard. And of course, they turn off the self-destruct. And they turn off the encryption code thing there. And so now the Borg have control of the ship. And things look bleak for the crew of the Enterprise.
But wait, what happens next? Oh, don't turn that page.
Gold Key Comics presents First Contact.
So meanwhile, Cochrane, Riker, and Geordi are just flying and flying. They're getting ready. They see the Enterprise out the window, and Riker's like, hey, they're probably just doing a little friendly send-off.
And that's probably why they're shooting torpedoes at us.
Well, yeah. So, like, this is the part I don't know. I don't know. So what happens is the Queen tells Data to blow up the warp ship, and he shoots and misses. And then he turns and says, resistance is futile, and he's on their side.
That part's kind of goofy, too.
I know. Like, why would you wait until that last second?
Yeah, just don't.
Just do the
thing.
Why do you have to shoot torpedoes at the ship just to give them, like, a sense of, like, maybe Data's...
He's bad. Wait, he's bad. Oh, no, he's just a bad shot. No, he's good. He's good. Hey.
So, yeah, he smashes the plasma coolant thing. All that stuff comes out. It looks like just, I don't know.
It's some bad CG here.
It looks like smoke or something. I don't know what it is, but it's plasma. Sure. So it melts all the Borg. Meanwhile, so Picard, like, jumps up off the thing. I don't know. I guess he wasn't tied down or whatever.
Picard is, like, the best, out of all the captains thus far, is in the best shape. Even, like, Shatner in his prime.
Like 60, right? Like,
I remember ripped. There was, like, a meme of, like, him and Shatner and Captain Janeway at a convention, and it said, well, one of these captains knew where the gym was.
I mean, because he's, like, 90 now, right?
Yeah.
And this was 30 years ago, so he was, like, 60.
Oh, well, Picard was 68, but that's not how.
No, Patrick Stewart must have been about 60, right?
I would say so, or late 50s.
Late 50s,
early 60s.
We'll go with that because he's like 90 though.
He was 55.
Yeah.
Whereas,
really? Okay.
Yeah, Picard was 68.
Whatever age he was, I don't care if he was 25. His arms are amazing.
Yeah, it's good. Looks good.
He's wearing like a tank top. So yeah, and he's climbing on this like piping thing, and to get away from the bad CG, and like the Borg Queen is trying to like drag him down, and it's all very dramatic. Meanwhile, yeah, we're cutting back to Cochrane, and at one point he says engage, and they start the warp thing, and they all Riker and Geordi just smile.
They're like giggling to each other, going, "He said the thing."
So we have the Queen. Data reaches out from the puffs, whatever, and he's pulling the Queen down, and it's all very like
It's a little bit of a lackluster death for like it. I don't know. It's a little anticlimactic for me.
I thought it was all right. I didn't have a problem with it. So they cut back to the warp ship, and Riker says, "All right, that's enough."
Hey, who's in charge here, buddy?
I really wish you said, "That'll do, pig." That would have been my. But I always thought that was weird. It's like, that should be enough. It's like, do you know? Did they see it or not? Like, shouldn't you have some kind of indication? It's like, it seems about right. Whatever.
They all studied it in high school.
Yeah. So Picard shuts off the stuff, and like
turns off.
It all goes away. The Borg Queen is like there, but all her flesh is gone.
No, she's a
kind of like. Yeah, it does look kind of like Terminator. And he goes and he breaks its neck, essentially, which apparently was a reference to something in the show. I don't know.
Clay.
That's what I heard. Clay?
What was the reference?
Okay. It was somewhere on IMDb. I read a thing.
I don't know.
On IMDb that Clay knew the answer?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, or somewhere in there.
Ask your
Here it is. It's right here. No, I got it right here. Captain Picard picks up her pulsing cybernetic skull and spinal column and snaps it in half just below the third vertebrae, rendering it completely inactive. This is a subtle callback to Descent, 1993, where the Borg drone Crucis says to Picard and the crew, biological organism, human, sever spinal cord below third vertebrae. Death is immediate.
Well, that's good that they got that detail right, and not
very
the amount of decks on the Enterprise. There was also something else. That like is off. Like first contact day is actually a different date or something. But whatever, you just go with it.
So he goes over to Data. Also, his skin is also gone. Like the skin that she gave him is gone.
And now
he says he's actually kind of sad to see her go.
Dead.
He says, I was tempted. Dead. I know we haven't said it yet. And he says, I was tempted by her offer. And Picard's like, for how long? And he's like, 0.68 seconds or something like that.
That's like a lifetime for
that's what he says.
And
then they're all...
and then it ends.
I do have a real-time update here. I wrote into Google and I said, they be fucking. And Frakes confirmed that the fully functional nod was that they be fucking. And it said that they had an intimate encounter. That's what Google said when I said they be fucking. It said they had an intimate encounter. So yes, indeed, Frakes confirmed. Even if it wasn't the studio itself, Frakes.
So is
that's good.
I mean, good for him, but is that also kind of like weird? Like you have me hostage and you've been cutting parts of me off.
Yeah, and you got my head against one of those things from Spencer's Gifts.
You're taking over my ship. You're going to assimilate the entire human race. Let's do it.
It doesn't sound like it's an intimate encounter. It sounds like S.A. I can't say that.
But I mean, I know he wants to be a real human boy, but he's basically a rabbit vibrator. That's what he gets. He's a machine. He's a Keurig machine that makes coffee.
Yeah. I mean,
sweet love.
Can you essay as a Keurig? I challenge you.
Well, if you're already a different, I don't know what the equivalent of the Borg Queen would be. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. It's
why are we still talking about this?
I don't know. Because move
on.
Yeah, we're almost at the end here. So meanwhile, we go back to Earth. The alien ship is landing, and we discover they are Vulcans. Apparently, in Star Trek canon, this is Spock's grandfather. Never mentioned.
I hate when they do shit like that. It's like how in Star Wars everybody's related to each other. Just stop.
Somehow, Palpatine.
It doesn't matter. I literally went 30 years. I went 30 years without knowing that.
So did
it doesn't matter.
I went to right now.
It could be bullshit. I read it online. Who knows?
Mr. Bullshit.
So meanwhile, and they do the finger, live long and prosper thing.
He gives him the finger.
Cochrane shakes his hand instead. Then they go drinking.
Solkar,
which is
the Vulcan.
Yes, Solkar, who's supposedly the dad of Sarek, which would make him Spock's grandfather. Who cares? It's a Vulcan.
Let's not forget about Cybok.
I did not see that one coming.
Or Michael Berman.
Who's Michael Berman?
That's Spock's sister.
Oh, all right.
Right? Clay knows. Clay will back me up on this.
Yes, from Discovery.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Very well.
That doesn't.
I had to admit, I did not see that one coming. I don't know why. The whole movie, they're talking about first contact, and I never thought, I just thought there would be some aliens. I was genuinely surprised. Maybe I'm a fool. But
you were thinking it was like those gray aliens, like from Communion or whatever.
Yeah. Right. Or just some blue lady. You know what I mean? Like that Kirk would have had sex.
A green lady.
All right.
An Orion girl.
Whatever. But I didn't think when I saw it, I was like, that's cool.
The blue ones are the Andorians, who are probably my favorite Star Trek species. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Picard and Lily have a nice moment, and he says goodbye. He gives her a kiss on the cheek. That's nice.
They were supposed to have a way more delved into like romance, but they sort of cut that out.
Were they gonna fuck? No time for that.
If they had more time. If they made the end game of First Contact, then they would have gone.
Well, because the line must be drawn.
My version, they have they show Cochrane drinking with the Vulcan.
I mean, this movie's so horny. The guy's name's Cock Ring.
Yes.
He turns on the jukebox, and it's Roy Orbison's Ooby Dooby. And we go up to the Enterprise. They're like, okay, let's go back to the 24th century. Yay! And of course, he says, make it so. And that's the end of that. That's Star Trek First Contact. What do we think of Star Trek First Contact?
I think you should go first.
Okay. Can't do it.
You can't do it.
All right, I'm done. I promise.
Do the Klingon one, the clingy one. Now do Roy Orbison.
Oh, just hold on. I've got a thing. Here for Star Trek's 40th anniversary, and I've never changed the battery in it, but I believe it still works. Here we go. Ready?
Wow.
Oh yeah, nice. I wish they ended.
That keeps playing. I can't stop it.
Now I have to talk over it.
It'll be done in a second.
It would be awesome if they ended these next-gen movies with that song.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Continue.
I like I said, there was a lot of, I think, and I guess it shouldn't be mad because I needed the exposition, but at some point you kind of just had to be like, people should just, figure it out. But there's a lot of exposition in this movie with who the Borg are, what they're going to do. I did like the Picard Ahab stuff, but it's a little ham-fisted, but it's all right. It's cool. That scene where he smashes the little gold chips is a little over the red.
It should have been a tank full of fish, like in Lethal Weapon 2.
Or Fish Called Wanda.
But yeah, it seemed like there could have been more between Lily and Picard, actually, right? Like they seem to have kind of like a bond there. But, they got a story to tell. So, but I guess this is another, I feel this is like 3 in a row, I think. But this is another B for me. I think I kind of have to agree with you, John, that 30 years ago, I thought this movie was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, this is such a great movie. And it is a good movie now.
Yeah.
But
is good movie.
It's a good movie. I wouldn't just turn it off if it was, if it was on, but
you wouldn't kick it out of bed?
I wouldn't kick this skank to the curb or whatever.
I can't remember what it was, yeah.
But it has a few flaws that unfortunately had to knock it down. But B is a pretty good grade. So that's it. I think that's all I got.
Thank you for your time.
Yes.
Thanks for watching it. Thanks for finally indulging my scratching my itch.
No. I mean, I like it. It's not hard to watch. Wait till we get to the next one.
No. That's my answer for the next one. No.
What grade do you give it? No.
Should I go next?
Yeah, you go next.
All right. I also give it a B. I was sort of not in the mood to watch this movie, but when I started, I got into it until I got to the last half hour, and that was where I started going, oh, this is dragging a little bit. I don't really have much to say about it that I haven't already said. I do feel the effects hold up. I do feel the design of the E Enterprise is quite good. And the guy that designed it has excellent taste in people that build models that post their stuff on Facebook.
Excellent choice in friend requests.
Yes.
Yeah.
These has spectacular taste in friend requests. So, yeah, B. I don't have really much to add to what Dursin had to say. I do think Picard... Okay, I guess I do have something to add. I do think Picard acts a bit out of character in this movie. I get why, but it does seem to come kind of out of left field to me. But there you go. B from John Luke Picard Hunt. Thank you. I'll be over here now.
Very well.
Clayinferno here, your resident TNG expert, although I don't know everything about TNG. I am still trekking through Trek. I'm actually haven't gotten to the Borg.
Well, that's because you watch a bunch of episodes, stop, do something else, and then you're like, well, I got to start over again so I can.
I haven't really started over, but I am rewatching.
It's a 5-year mission.
I had watched Enterprise, and then started rewatching Enterprise with Stacy. So we're both basically watching Enterprise now until that's done. And then I get to go back into TNG world. I like that this is a TNG movie. I like the cast of TNG. When I was a kid, I would watch, original series, go out and have fun, and then come back home and watch Next Gen at 11. And that was my life for years. So I like this movie. That I do think that all Trek is Trek, and I really like this movie so much so, like you said about the ships and the design. There was ILM and it's not CG, is really cool. I like the design of the movie. I like the early the Enterprise, like the proto, like before we get to Kirk and before we get to the when Disco D is like on the bridge of Next Generation as an old man or whatever. Like,
I always did like that scene. Yeah,
I like.
That was a fun scene. Yeah.
I like the proto. Like, oh, this is the first warp drive engine thing, and Dave from Cockrum. I always want to say Dave Cockrum. You're right. I always want to say Dave for some reason. But yeah, I
get it.
Yeah, I give this movie an A because I enjoy seeing the Next Gen people get their dues and get their own movie and like the same graduation from TV to movie, and in general, I think this is good movie, especially for I'm more like in the area of the Rotten Tomatoes general consensus on it. Thank you for your time.
Well,
thanks
to you. I should point out, we kind of glossed over as they are setting the self-destruct thing. Beverly Crusher does say we like the EnterpriseE, so much for the EnterpriseE, and he says we barely knew her, and he says I have a feeling there'll be there's plenty more letters in the alphabet, which is kind of.
But that's just in the English alphabet. If we use the Ferengi alphabet,
or the Vulcan alphabet, or
the Klingon, or the Klingy,
Klingy alphabet. But it is. At the time, I was thinking, like, really, didn't we just blow up an Enterprise?
Yeah.
I remember what a big deal it was in Star Trek 3 when they blew up the Enterprise. It was like huge. It was like a huge deal, and this was just like, yep, self-destruct. But they didn't, so it doesn't really matter. But I remember thinking, like, it's weird. But yeah, the Enterprise was a character as much as any of them. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad you liked it, Clay. I stand by my B. But I am happy. You're right. These characters deserve to get their flowers, some screen time, some big budget, effects, sort of. And I'm sure they got more money to be in a movie as opposed to doing a TV show back then. And Data got to have sex, so it was all good. What was it? 8 years? Well, how long was that on? 8 years? How long was the show on? 7?
Seasons.
Yeah, it's like 7.
Yeah. And now Data and Frakes have their own podcast.
Right.
Dropping names or something.
Well,
dropping names.
Taking names.
Kicking ass.
Anyways, yeah, I think
178 episodes.
That is
series, 1987 to 1994.
I remember recording the first episode on VHS, like the night it was on.
I did too.
Yeah,
and then I never watched it again because I was like, it was all right.
I think I watched that Bones scene that you brought up, Clay.
Yeah, me too. Because it also had the Excelsior in the shot too, as the establishing.
Excelsior.
You brought up, Clay, that they had 26 episodes per season.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like,
wild.
Good God. Imagine a TV show now, like a real 1 hour drama every week. 26 episodes.
I kind of hate when they say this like sort of tropey thing in pop culture and podcasts like ours and stuff. It's like, well, it really starts to get better in the second season. Like this and Buffy, like they really do though. There's a truth to that. Like, first season is pretty good, but like second season is when they introduce the Borg, and they start having a little bit more, like the characters are more developed and they have more chemistry on the screen and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's like that for any show. Like this first season is always kind of, even like whatever, like Seinfeld, you're kind of like, all right, if you go back and watch it now, you're like, this is kind of, I mean, what all these shows have to find their footing, So I know it is a tropey thing, but I think it's true. Like a lot of shows, I don't think a lot of shows start out amazing right off the bat, but
yeah,
original series, like worse as it went on.
It's true.
But I guess you're right. But just imagine like how much filming goes into, like, they never saw their families or something like that. You know what I mean? Like if you were shooting 26-hour-long episodes. Oh my God.
And Frakes, I will say like this about Jonathan Frakes, this being his first movie, like he was really kind of not the Roddenberry, but like he really does understand what everybody, and has directed episodes basically of every TV show and like a bunch of movies. Like he understands Star Trek, and you kind of don't like
Insurrection.
Yeah, but
he
if
didn't
you
do that.
If you think of like somebody that's like kind of like, it's not like he's Kevin Feige or whatever, but like more just like he's on the cast, he knows what everybody can do, and like
so he's more like Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but you don't think about that like really. I mean, I think about that because I know it, but like you don't associate Frakes with like, like really kind of having a mold of how Star Trek is perceived, like even through to like, Starfleet Academy. Like he's episode like directed on every single iteration of Star Trek, which is cool.
Yeah, it definitely is. He knew his stuff, and it wasn't just a gig. I suppose he probably really enjoyed it and really, wanted to get into it.
Like
so
hang out with his pals,
Yeah, hang out with his pals. Yeah.
And I will say, I said it before, but like if you made it to this part, this very end of our episode here of First Contact, you like maybe you don't like watch all of Next Generation or whatever, but like you like this Borg storyline, it does continue in Picard, which is a decent sequel post wrap up of everything. The third season is like it was like they brought in a bunch of everybody else back, and
the showrunner of that also followed me on Instagram. So just got Trek people everywhere.
Yeah, that was good, and it was only 3 seasons, and there's a lot of stuff with data. Yeah, you can just watch the third season, and it's. Of all the things that go back and reboot stuff and whatever, like I feel like this was a really successful wrap up kind of thing. Tells a whole story.
Speaking of wrapping up, can we wrap up?
I think it's about time we wrap it up.
And so does my cat.
There's got to eat.
Yum, yum.
I guess my cat does too. I haven't.
Yeah, I've had the cat over here with me because Mrs. Elder has been painting downstairs. Painting her front door and stuff, and we didn't want the cat to get involved with it.
Shut the front door.
Good idea.
Hey. So,
but check us out on YouTube and LeaguePodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Just
I accept your D ratings. I got my A. I accept it. That's fine. Perfectly fine.
All right, then. So check us out everywhere. So leave us a review if you have, the capability to do that. Not every platform does, but we'd like to see it. Check the like and subscribe and all those things. And live long and prosper, everybody.
Yep, that's it.
You fucks.
Assimilate this.